Hey Millennials, just want to say hello. This is Deborah Carlsen with HomeSmart, your realtor. Right now we're going to do a series today on the 10 things that every millennial buyer needs to know before you buy a house. So stay tuned and let's go through those 10 things, okay? Number 1, hire a realtor. Why is that important? Because you need to always have somebody that's your advocate, somebody that's listening to what you want, somebody that's going to make sure we understand, because everybody's needs are different. And I've been doing a lot of research and kind of been doing it even before I knew that you guys were called the Millennials, because I have 3 adult children that are in what group? Hello, the Millennials. So I've got a lot of research that I didn't even know I had it, but I do. So number 1 is to hire a professional realtor. Don't do it on your own. Number 2 is we need to set a realistic budget. We need to make sure you're getting pre-qualified, that you're looking at all of the different expenses, and I'll help to make sure you don't get carried away with that, so that you stay within your budget and we look at all the different things that go into it. Number 3, we need to prioritize your need list. So what we're going to do is have you do a list with 2 things. 1, must have. Now, you need to look and see, sometimes even the must have. Maybe you just got married. Maybe you are just about to be married. So think a little or long term of must have, where right now 1 bedroom would be good. But really, would that be, you want to look a little longer term, so perhaps 3 bedroom is a must-have. A gourmet kitchen, things that are important. Then we're going to have a second list of things that would be really nice to have, but aren't a must-have. So way we can make sure we're getting the number 1 list done, and then we see, can we take care of number 2 list. Number 4 is location. What can you not change about a house? It's location. So we want to make sure that you love that location. You look to see where it is to your current job, where it might be to a job that you're looking for in the future. If you're having kids now, in the future with that as well, is it near that school? So location, location, location. Let's check it out. Make sure you do your research and we really hone in on what location you want. Number 5 on this is, it's really important to don't sweat the small stuff. Probably have heard your parents say this, but what I'm talking about here is that as we're looking at the houses, it can get kind of overwhelming. So sometimes it might be that you hate the color of the carpet. You hate the color that you think, why did they paint that kitchen that color? That's just really small stuff. Realistically, most people paint a house and many times change the flooring. Don't worry about that small stuff. We're looking at the structural integrity, the bigger stuff. So I'm going to help you to keep focused on not sweating that small stuff. Number 6 is to go in with your best offer. And what I mean by that is that we've come up with a wish list, we've had the budget, we went and looked at the houses. Now we're really excited because we're going to submit an offer. And I know a lot of times people are like, oh, you want to get this great deal. Well, sometimes getting the great deal is getting that house that you really want. Maybe there's not another one right now out there like it. So submitting the best offer, your offer might not be the only one. There might be multiple offers because that location is so highly desired. And so what we're going to do is we would sit down to talk about making the best offer and making sure we craft it to where all the features that are in that offer, that it could be highly desired. We might get 1 shot at getting our offer accepted. They might not give us counter offers back. They might literally pick the best offer. So we're going to talk about that. I would do homework behind the scenes to see what information I can have, but super, super important part of the process of putting in together a great offer. Gather all of our inspections. So at this point, now we've made our list, we went and seen the houses, we picked it, we put an offer in, yay, we got the offer, right? We've now conducted inspections. And so you might think, well, Is an inspection required? Well, you know what? It isn't required, but it darn not should it be. That sounds really cheesy, huh? Well, whatever. It's still important that inspections are done, you guys. You know what? That house might look pretty and shiny and different things, but as we're looking through it, our eyes are a different pair of eyes than an inspector has. An inspector's going to go up in places that we're not and be able to look up a lot of things, because I want to help you make the best decision possible, so this is a great investment. And by putting all of the inspections together, like perhaps the electrical system's old and that inspection says that we should have an electrician come out. So think of a specialist is the electrician. So we had the generalist, which is the inspector. He pinpoints some things like maybe a roofer, an electrician. Now we get the specialist. We have them come out, look into those issues deeper. We put all that together to be able to decide how to move forward. So super important part, but that will be another part that we'll be talking about as we guide through the process. Number 8 is for us to keep a level head as we go through this process. Now some of these things are actually all connected together. Like of course we want a level head in the beginning, but we want to make sure that as it gets to be exciting and these things, the stakes are high, that we keep a level head. Perhaps the inspector said that a whole new electric panel is required, and we've requested the seller to take care of that. They've come back and they said no, or that they'll do half of it. We want to always communicate. So as your realtor, I'll be communicating with you through each of these things, and I'm going to be keeping a level head and helping you keep a level head, because then we can look at the data and we can make sure that we're making the best decisions. So I hopefully will be the person that's going to help you keep the level head, and that way we're all level headed through them. Number 9. So at this point we now have actually closed on that house because we made it through that inspection part, and you have that list of things that were identified in the home inspection that weren't perhaps done, or things that you just thought, oh, I really want to take out that wall, or I want to add flooring, all the different things, you know, that you're like, didn't really like that countertop. Let's go ahead and put in some new quartz or granite, whatever it is that you're liking. Don't let yourself get overwhelmed with too many projects at once. My suggestion is tackle one at a time. Or in an area of the kitchen and you want to do something, then perhaps let's focus on the kitchen. It allows you to geographically within the house get one area done instead of having everything being torn up, which can get overwhelming and very expensive. And then you can move on to the next project. So think about prioritizing and tackling projects one at a time or one area at a time, all right? Number 10, and I just think this is so important. I've been selling real estate for 17 years. And number 10 is for us to focus on resale value. Let's be real here. What we need to know is that, is it realistic to think that your first home is going to be your last home? Probably not. Life changes, just things happen. Whether it's because you're starting off at a starter home and then you want to move up, or you get this great job opportunity, it's across town, across the country, all the different things that happen in our life. Realistically, you're not going to stay in that house. So when we're looking at the house and we're coming up with things, and why we talked all about the location and the features of what things to improve and to not improve, is to always think of through the whole process resale value. Because yes, this is your home and we're turning the house into a home, but it's also one of the biggest investments you'll have. And we're always going to be talking about, as we look at the houses, would this be good for resale? And you're thinking, hello, we're just buying it. But remember, I want to protect you for the long term, be your realtor today, tomorrow, and always. And so that way we're going to talk always about too, you know what, I know that you said you don't mind that backing to a busy street, but your next buyer might. And that house on Elm Street didn't, had a great location. So I'm going to help you try to hone in on those things and keep you focused on that, so that I can protect you as an investment for later. So that's super important, and we'll talk about that throughout the process as well. All right, millennials, did you like your 10 steps? Did it give you a lot to think about? I sure hope so. So I would love to be your realtor. I'd love to guide you through all of this. Give me a call. It's Deborah Carlsen with HomeSmart, 623-332-9292. Thanks so much.